Okay, today we get to go to the auction. Now, before we go, I was curious about it when I saw this car being, because what I was looking at was the part where it says supercharged. And I was like, really? Sure enough, it's got a supercharger. So here's my junkyard find that has a supercharger in it. So I guess we'll just go ahead and sell it, because that's what it's for the 90,000. As you know, I didn't pay that. Yep. Oh, I'm not going to do my money dance. I think I made my point clear. Always wanted this. I only sold the other one because we're doing a tutorial. But I picked that other one up in the junkyard, and now look, I found another one in the junkyard. I got it. So we'll go let that sit parking. Maybe I should buy this, huh? 50,000. That's what that looks like. 50,000. Oh, I got 50,000. It didn't even hurt. Unlock anything here? I wonder why this isn't unlocked. I probably got to do some of these. I'm thinking maybe it's because I got to do this. Some of these, and maybe it'll open. Yeah. See, this is why I don't get to everything. I got this I run into to get it done. My garage is expanded. I'm rolling in $1 million, and I have these project cards I got to do. And some of these are already finished. Like this one's done. This is done about as far as I want it to be. No. That one's done. Yeah, this is the one police car. That's the straight 6. This is the other one. It's the V8. That's done. And I just sent that. Well, enough of that. Time to go to the auction. Now, when you go to do one of these, they're going to show you the mileage on it, the value of the cars, what it's worth, with your starting price, working for the highest bidder. Now, when this starts, this thing is going to go crazy without mercy. So there is no point bidding just yet. The best time to bid is after it slows down. And once it slows down, then you can start bidding, because it'll come down to basically you bidding one person. If you try starting your bidding when it's at the very beginning, all you're doing is boosting the price, because this thing is still going to slow down for the tit-for-tat thing between you and the other one. You bid, they bid, you bid, they bid, because when it starts slowing down, it's coming to the end. So there is no point in starting that auction up and trying to take the best of it. Just have patience. It'll get there. In the list, we'll show you ahead of time of all the cars to choose from. And then you can be able to select the vehicles you choose from and go from there. If you want to go through the list, then what you do is you just go ahead and start the auction and let it go through the list. Okay? So I'm going to skip this car, because if you're not interested, then you just basically skip it. So I'm going to go ahead and skip it. And then it'll show you the next one that's going to be in line, which this happens to be one of them cars that I end up getting anyways. So we'll just go ahead and start the auction on this thing. This is the tutorial, so it's not like I can't get my money back. See how it's just going? See how time is starting to run out there? Now it's between me and one person. So I kind of let it run out a little bit because I want to be sure. And this will go on for a little bit. It's tit for tat. Mine. See? Trying to rush in there, all you're going to do is just rush that price. And it's not going to get you anywhere. So instead of trying to get in there to beat the price up, just, let it go. Let it do its thing until it slows down. So it's between you and that person. Then when you're clicking on it to beat up the price, it's only between you and them, because it's not going to change. So if you're in there when they're all bidding at once, all you're doing is raising it higher than what you really need. By the time it slows down, whatever price you add up is not going to be as high as it would be if you're sitting there at the gun running with them at the auction. It works the same way in 2015. It's what I've been doing, and it's worked out fine on this route. So that's one of my suggestions with it. My auction car, and this is my condition list for it. So there's going to be some stuff I have to do. Take it out on the road test and whatnot. But really, whatever parts that are not 100% will be like war and tour parts, I'm selling them. Because, I'm going to replace everything with new parts anyways. Like, for example, this racing. See, that's like war and tour condition. I will get more money in it on scrap. I just buy a new one. Because that's how I do things. But that's the basis of what the auction is. Some people are going to be obsessed with the mileage on the car, and they're obsessed with the auctions. Remember, like I said, everyone to their own. If that's what you do, then that's what you do. And the people that are obsessed with that love the feel of it, they go for it. That's their passion. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually perfectly fine. Because like I always said, run it the way you want to, not what somebody else tells you. So therefore, if that's what they want to do, they can go ahead and do that. If they don't want to get this chieftain at that price because they think this mileage is too high, then they're not going to get it at that price. They'll find something else to go after. See what I'm saying? But that's them, and that's how they do it. But just remember, when they're talking about it, or you're listening to it on the video when you're watching it, don't get wrapped up in somebody else's obsession. If you want to live by that, then go ahead. But if you're living by it and it's making you miserable, don't do it. You may be one of those people that are like, oh, I got to go to this auction and do it this way because I can't get to this thing and this car. It doesn't work that way. Like I keep saying, it is a free dynamic game. If you don't want to go to the auction, don't go. If you don't want to go there unless you have to, don't go unless you have to. If somebody else is obsessed with it, just take in what they're saying as another option for you to deal with in the event you want to follow that route. But don't live by everything that somebody has to say for you to do, that this is the only way, because it's not the only way. I've been proving all that since tutorial 1, showing completely different options that are not shown. Because that's all there is to it, and there's no point in making it more complicated than what it is. The game's about having fun. Have fun. You have fun with the auction, do the auction, get your car. If that's not what you want to do, then don't do the auction. If you want to choose to live by it, there are, I think, guides up there on how to live by it. So, just do how you feel that you want to. But when you're bidding, my advice is, like you saw me do, wait until it slows down, because then it's not so bad trying to bid afterwards.